It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
2, 3, 4 for the final time.
Win number 1 on the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Nazareth Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOF SRL.
We had a wild and crazy race last weekend at the Talladega Super Speedway, and now we head to the middle of the country, the heartland of the United States of America, here in Kansas City, Kansas, for the first time ever, under the lights. This is the Great Wolf Lodge 400 here at the Kansas Speedway in season number 10 of the NOFSRL Cup Series, presented by Valvoline. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race 11 in season 10 of the NOFSRL Cup Series. We are here at the Kansas Speedway. 54 laps of action around this 1.5 mile speedway in Kansas City, Kansas, and it should be a wild one. It's essentially a new track for the longest time for all 9 events we've run here in the Kansas Speedway in the NOFSRL Cup Series in the past. We've done so on the 2009 revamped version. This version, the 2020 version, is essentially a completely different racetrack. Higher banking, more grip. It's going to be an interesting and unique race here tonight, and we're definitely excited to see how it all goes down. Joined alongside Brendan Wilmington for the call of this race. Last week at Talladega, we saw multiple lead changes. Don't think we're going to see as many here tonight because the grip level is so high. So for these guys starting in the back of the field, what do they need to do to work their way to the front to possibly have a shot at getting this race victory here tonight?
Well, I think that pit stops are going to be very key in this race. If you have a fast pit stop, gain a lot of that track position there, you could be setting yourself up well for the end of the race.
We'll have to see how it all goes down. We're expecting 1 pit stop in this race here tonight. But if a caution comes out early enough, we could see a 2-stop race. Roughly about a 30-lap fuel window here for this race here tonight. It'll be interesting to see how that affects the event, too. We're also a little concerned about pit entry here because the speeds are so high through the corners here, and you're going to see it. This is going to be one of the fastest races of the season in terms of overall speed. Got to be a little bit careful coming down the pit lane on pit entry, and if they're not careful, we could see ourselves a bit of a problem with the cycle. Either way, this is how they line up in the point standings. Coming into this, the 11th race of the season, Keegan Thompson, your points leader still. 319 points towards the championship. He's had an excellent season in that number 82 for for Trinity River Racing. For Titan Fury Motorsports, though, they got a guy who's doing pretty well as well. Sebastian Kukulon there in the number 13, 31 points behind. Logan Williams, 34 points behind. Nelson Reeves, 36 points behind. And LJ Semedo, 43 points behind. Then you got Jesse Turner, 257 total points for him, 62 points behind. And Cameron Garlington, 70 points behind. All 7 of those guys start inside the top 15 for this race, and there's a good chance that the race winner is going to come from that top 15 here tonight. Ready to get this one started. We'll get these guys to roll off. If you saw qualifying last night, you know that Jesse Turner, number 77, starting on the pole position. You saw qualifying last night. You saw he clocked in that time early and held on to it fairly well. And he's had a very strong season in the number 77 as well, coming into this race 6 in points, looking to back up that strong one he has had and possibly get top 5 in the points. Alongside him, Cameron Garlington, who has not won in the Cup Series since season 6 in the Daytona 500. Logan Williams comes into this race 3rd in points alongside Owen Miles. Our points leader, Keegan Thompson, to the inside of Zachary Fitzwater. Alexander Rowe, another veteran there, to the inside of Christopher Alfby. A couple of guys who would love to have a strong run here today. Of course, Alfby currently last in points coming into this race, and Joe Rutkowski, Trey Smith in row number 5. Make sure everyone rolls off here from the Kansas Speedway. Brendan, who do you think is going to win the Great Wolf Lodge 400 here tonight at the Kansas Speedway?
I think I'm actually going to go with your pole sitter, Jesse Turner. Longtime veteran of the series, knows how to get it done for sure. Starting up front will certainly help. Showed a lot of speed in qualifying. I'm looking at the 77 to take the win here tonight.
We're going to have to see how it all goes down for Jesse Turner there in the number 77 machine. Cameron Garlington's going to be fast, so is Logan Williams, our points leader, Keegan Thompson. A lot of guys who definitely are hungry for a race victory here tonight. A lot of guys who've yet to win this season starting up front. We've yet to have a 2-time winner this season. Will tonight be the first time we get a multi-time winner in 2021? We'll just have to see. Pace cars down. It's the Great Wolf Lodge 400 here at the Kansas Speedway. We're Green Flag Racing in America's heartland.
Turner getting a good jump on that start as they go through turn number 1. Logan Williams making that bottom work and staying glued to the back of that 77. Looks like Williams is going to have a lot of speed in that 38. He might be looking to pass as they're 3 wide. Keegan Thompson went up the track a bit. Alexander Rowe's going to take advantage, and he's going to possibly get up to 3rd.
He will, but Turner and Logan Williams, the 2 guys who get out ahead. Great jump there for Alexander Rowe on the start of the race, and the back already. Alonso's around, Matt Delio, Ethan Lewis, and Sam Oskin. And Alonso, last year's winner of this race, is more than likely not going to win it here tonight. Sam Adio involved as well, and Daniel McMillan in the 79 with damage. And the race back to the line will be won by Jesse Turner in the number 77 machine with Logan Williams there in second. They were the only 2 guys who crossed the line before the caution came out, so they raced all the way back. Now these guys are going to catch up to the back of the field, but such a tough break. Alonso, he's not had a good run the past few races here, and unfortunately it's going to continue for him. I don't think a lot of these guys are going to get knocked out, though. It's not like the wrecks we saw at Talladega last week, where they accumulate a lot of damage, thankfully. A little early for these guys to come down the pit lane as well, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to make sure they don't come down the pit lane, but if they don't, we'll jump right into the replay of this accident. And you can tell just the speeds that they're going in. They were probably 3-4 wide in the back of the field right there, and Alonso was caught up in the middle of that. It's what happens if you don't start up front here at Kansas. You get caught up in the back of the field. It's difficult to work your way to the front. Tough break there for McMillan in the 79. Sam Adio, our last winner, also caught up. These guys are going to come down the pit lane, but none of the guys who were involved in who were not involved in the accident, I should say. There might be a couple. Shane Lake and Ace Garcia, but obviously we don't know who all was involved in this accident, so we'll have to see what all transpired on the front stretch in the replay. Let's go and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the night here in the Great Wolf Lodge 400 at Kansas. Oh boy, this is a tight one right here. Brad Stover shot up into Sergio Larvin Alonso. Another one on the hit list for our Filipino friend right there. Got into Patrick Smith. And all these guys tried to scramble to avoid the 39, and for the most part, they do a good job. McMillan, though, he gets caught up. Ace Garcia as well, nowhere to go. And then McMillan comes down on Brandon Nelson, who then gets into Samit Oskin, and then Oskin goes up into the outside wall right there, driver's door first. And then Ethan Lewis just got ran over by Nicholas Samadio. And then Dalio got a little bit of that as well on the 75 machine, and then Ethan Lewis shot up in the Samit Oskin. Very unique incident right there. That just got a little too edgy. They were nearly 4 wide off the corner, and there was just not enough room for those guys. But thankfully, really not any major hits there in that accident. All these guys will be able to continue here at the Kansas Speedway.
Coming out of turn number 4, Stover not clear, right up into Hairgel. And collects a bunch of other cars. There's Samadio. He got sideswiped by the 79, which sent him into the 11, which sent him into the 75. Just a pinball effect right there. But like you said, not many major hits in that. Everybody should be able to continue. And that is definitely good news there. But a stack up here in the early stages of the race. And we're going to get you back with the restart real soon.
Jesse Turner, your race leader, number 77. We'll see what he does on the restart here in the Great Wolf Lodge 400 at Kansas. We are back here at the Kansas Speedway. Great Wolf Lodge 400 action here on this Friday night, on the last day of April 2021. I graduated earlier today from college. Getting old. Jesse Turner is older than me, though, and he's been around longer than pretty much anybody else in this series, and he has been the only driver to lead a lap so far in this race. Led the first 2 laps under green, has been out front since the caution came out. He's the race leader with Logan Williams in second, Alexander Rowe in third, Keegan Thompson, Cameron Garlington, a very strong top 5. You got Joe Rutkowski, Owen Miles, Mason Brown, 14 of Zachary Fitzwater, and Christopher Alphaby looking to rebound as he comes into this race last in points. Nobody's going to be out of the race. Alonso currently the last driver on the racetrack. Everyone's still on the lead lap, though, so no major hits. Of course, we review the accidents after we do the race, so at the time of us recording this right now, we don't know what happened, but obviously you guys saw what happened there between San Badillo, Ozkin, McMillan, Lewis, and Alonso there on the first lap of the event. Pace car's going to go down the pit lane. Lap 7 of 54. Green flag back in the air here in the Great Wolf Lodge 400 at Kansas. And a really good jump there from Jesse Turner. This might open the door for Alexander Rowe. The possibly strike on Logan Williams. Garlington's going to have a shot there on Keegan Thompson, and Owen Miles is on Joe Rutkowski.
A lot of passes to the inside on that restart. And the 77 got that great jump, and they were going single file for 2nd through 4th, but now Alexander Rowe has gotten to the inside of Logan Williams, and Logan's teammate Cameron Garlington is right behind him, as Owen Miles now makes a move to the inside.
Miles looking pretty strong in the number 22 machine. He's to the inside of Cameron Garlington. Now Keegan Thompson also going to get to the inside of Garlington as well. There is progressive banking, but that middle lane doesn't seem to be working too well right now for these guys as they get shuffled out and they fall way, way back. Here's Ben Crouch. This is his 2nd straight race in the hot seat, 4th race in the hot seat this season. Been doing a pretty good job in that hot seat so far. Been doing a good job in the Turkey Hill National Series to get the hot seat, and he's been doing a good job in uncharted qualifying to get there. But he's just outside the top 10 right now, currently running in the, see where it is right now. He's currently running 10th, just got around Kukul on there, but a lot of action going on back in here. And these guys are going to be losing a lot of time to our leaders if they keep that up. Top 5 all in a single file line, chasing down Jesse Turner. Logan Williams in 2nd, Alexander Rowe, Owen Miles, Keegan Thompson, and Cameron Garlington all in a line. Here comes Miles with him taking position away from Alexander Rowe.
To the inside goes Owen Miles. He's picking him up, putting him down. I'd watched that 22 car. It looks like that Hamill Racing Enterprises car is very, very fast. As Logan Williams peeks to the inside of Jesse Turner, doesn't quite make a move yet. He has Miles right behind him, and Miles might make a move on him before he gets the chance to make a move on Jesse.
Yeah, opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of experience here in this series. Jesse Turner, the first ever winner on Napa Fan, and then 2 rookies who have never won before in this series. Owen Miles up to 2nd now, and he may have a nose to the inside of Turner. Not going to quite get it there. Alexander Rowe going to open the door for 3rd. He may get back to the inside of Miles. So you got 2 veterans and 2 rookies in the mix for this race lead. Then Keegan Thompson, Cameron Garlington not too far behind, but they have put a gap on the rest of the field. Joe Rutkowski almost 2 seconds off the race lead with Ben Crouch, his teammate, Sebastian Kukulon, and then Brad Stover also looking to join the top 10 here at Kansas. To the inside right there, Garlington on Keegan Thompson. That's for 5th, and Alexander Rowe still battling with Owen Miles. That's good news for Jesse Turner, who has led every lap so far in this race. It's a difficult place to pass now because of all the grip these guys have through the corners. It's a lot harder to get a run on a guy who's not trying to get a run on somebody else. All Turner needs to do is just worry about hitting his marks. These guys are trying to worry about hitting their marks better than the guy ahead of them, and sometimes they make mistakes doing that. But Miles holds on to 2nd, Rowe still in 3rd, and Williams still in the 4th position here at Kansas.
On Miles gets to the back bumper of Jesse Turner, might make a move into turn number 3, won't have the opportunity to, but I would imagine Owen Miles would be trying to make a move here soon because that car is flying, and right on cue, here he comes to the inside of Jesse Turner.
Great run
Turner's
there.
going to lead that lap.
Great run there off of turn 4, and Turner had to loosen it up just a little bit off the exit, and Owen Miles going to take it away from Jesse Turner. Both of those guys actually come from upstate New York, so they're pretty close. They used to be pretty close to each other. Of course, Turner now lives in Knoxville, Tennessee, but he comes from the Ransomville, New York area, and number 77 of Jesse Turner isn't going to lose too much time there on Owen Miles, but Alexander Rowe going to get shuffled out of line as the American Motorsport guys of Logan Williams and Cameron Garlington are both going to get around him. Here comes Keegan Thompson now to the inside of Alexander Rowe for that position, and Rowe way up the racetrack. He's going to lose a lot of time right there. Garlington up to 3rd now on the 38 of Logan Williams as Owen Miles holds on to the race lead here for Hamill Racing Enterprises at Kansas. We'll go ahead and see how it looks through the field. There goes Ben Crouch to the inside of his teammate Joe Rutkowski. Last time you called a cup race with me, I think it was Las Vegas, so at least last time you were in the booth alone with me for a cup race. Las Vegas, John Andrews won, and this is a pretty similar track to Las Vegas, so we'll have to see what he can do there. Oh, almost some contact there between Keegan Thompson and Logan Williams.
they're getting dicey up towards the front, and the last race I called was Martinsville,
Oh,
actually.
yes, forgot about that. We've done a lot of races. I can't remember anything anymore. That's why this is the last season. But either way, go through the field here and see how everybody is doing. A lot of guys who are up there in the points are inside the top 15. Nelson Reese fallen off a little bit there, currently in the 20th position in the battle of Tristan Allen for 19th. But as we go through the field, we'll have to see how those guys who got caught up in the accidents are doing. They're holding up pretty well. There's McMillan in the 79, Alonso, Sam Adoskin. They're really not affected by speed at all. Last place driver right now is Nicholas Samadio, who won last week. And doesn't even have that much damage, so no one's really off the pace at this point. Even those guys who got caught up in the accident, they're all within 8 seconds of each other here at the Kansas Speedway. For second, Cameron Garlington on Jesse Turner. Garlington looking very fast here midway through this run for American Motorsports, and this is a guy who is very hungry for a race win. Who knows? This could be his night there for the American Motorsports team.
Sure looks like he has a good chance. That 34 has got a lot of speed under the hood. He's been getting huge runs off the corner, and here comes Keegan Thompson, the points leader. He's gonna also try to pass Jesse Turner. He might try to get to the inside of Cameron Garlington. Might get 2 for 1 here in this corner.
Keegan Thompson with a great run right there. He did win at Twin Ring Motegi in the 1003 Saw Napa Fam. This is a much faster track than Twin Ring is, but still a mile and a half. And he won his first official win in this series as well. Owen Miles, looking at the points here, he's 39th in points coming into this race. The guys who are behind him, all 4 of those guys who are behind him are top 7 in points. So Owen Miles definitely putting it to the guys who have been consistent this season. I mentioned in qualifying, I think a big reason why we've kind of yet to see a multi-time winner. None of these guys who have won races have actually been that consistent this season, because none of the guys who have won races this season are top 10 in points coming into this race. So we'll have to see how it all goes down. I've got a couple guys closing in here. Ben Crouch, Brad Stover. Christopher Alfie also coming in as well. Rutkowski's falling down to 10th. Ben Young, who's the only rookie, only full-time rookie, I should say, who has won. Actually, yeah, he is truly the only rookie who has won a race this season. Won at Homestead. He's going to go to 10th there to the inside of Joe Rutkowski. And Turner now falling back in the 77. He used up his stuff there when he was in the race lead, and now he's falling back in that Otter Island Motorsports machine. And the top 3 are all guys who have never won before in this series. Owen Miles, Keegan Thompson, Logan Williams. Now Alex Nero going to go ahead and take 4th away from Cameron Garlington.
Saw Rowe dive it in, and he booted Garlington up the racetrack a little bit, pushing the issue there. It worked. He got up to 4th as Ben Crouch is able to pass Jesse Turner. That number 76 car. Brad Stover and Christopher Alphaby are both catching him as well. That 77 is dropping like a rock all the way down to 7th already after leading the first few laps of this race.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for him, but we are coming up on pit stops, and that's another thing we got to be concerned about. We really don't know how well these guys are going to come down the pit lane. You can tell just how fast these guys go through the corners here at the Kansas Speedway. The closing rate on these guys from a guy who's slowing down to a guy who's going full speed is quite a bit, and they got to be careful on the entry. Hopefully it does not affect the outcome of this race. Hopefully it doesn't trap a lot of guys a lap down if something happens, but we just hope that nothing happens on this cycle. A lot of guys are going single file here, though, so that is good. A couple of double wide battles, but generally speaking, these guys have kind of single filed out here at the Kansas Speedway, and it's difficult to stay side by side here because that outside lane is simply not working here tonight. There goes Stover to the inside of Turner. Turner is really falling back in that 77. He lost all his speed right there. Now Alpha may have a shot at getting around the 77 of Jesse Turner for the 8th position. Oh, caution out on the racetrack. And that'll be a good opportunity for these guys to come down the pit lane. It was Nelson Reeves in the 05. Oh, man, I know you don't want to see that. Tough break there for Nelson. He comes into this race 4th in points, and looks like someone took him out. I don't know who it was, but that's going to give us a great opportunity for these guys to come down the pit lane for a cycle of pit stops. So you expected about a 30-lap fuel run with the caution laps. Hopefully these guys should be good to go to the end of the race. We're almost at the halfway point, so we should be good to go after this cycle on fuel, so we do not have to worry about green flag pit stops. Owen Miles, your race leader, Keegan Thompson, Logan Williams, Alexander Rowe, Ben Crouch, Cameron Garlington, Brad Stover, Jesse Turner, Christopher Alfby, and I want to say Gatlin Downey. I don't know what happened to Ben Young. I'm wondering if something happened to the 5 machine there. He's fallen off quite a bit. Either way, let's see how these pit stops go. Owen Miles, in the number 22, going to lead us down the pit lane for our cycle of pit stops here tonight in the Great Wolf Lodge 400.
Very well-timed caution for these guys just in the pit window. So they should be able to make it. As Owen Miles leads them down, and we'll see who comes off of pit road first.
I would imagine it's going to be a 4-tire stop for these guys. Even though there's a lot of grip on this racetrack, 4 tires are still the way to go, and you're going to be at a disadvantage if you don't have 4 tires. We saw that happen at Richmond a little bit. We had some guys who went 2-tire strategies. I mean, your guy won in the Turkey Hill Natural Series race on a 2-tire strategy, but he almost lost it to John Anders, who took 4 tires at the end of that one. Owen Miles wins the race off. Keegan Thompson, Alex Monroe, Cameron Garlington, Logan Williams. Gatlin Downey. Great pit stop for Downey. He's going to jump Jesse Turner right there, then Brad Stover, and I think Fitzwater may have gotten inside the top 10 right there. Another guy who's moving up through the field. I know Tristan Allen. I think he started 38th of this race. He's in 11th now. Watch out for him. Either way, let's go ahead and see what happened to Nelson Reeves to bring out the second caution of the night here in the Great Wolf Lodge 400, and then we'll get to the restart here at the Kansas Speedway. Nelson Reeves in the 05. He slid up. This is kind of like the first accident with Stover. And, yeah, I think Reeves thought he had cleared Stapleton, but he didn't. Reeves going to get the worst. I mean, Stapleton actually also had to come down the pit lane to repair damage in the 97 machine, so he's going to lose out on some valuable track position, but same with Nelson Reeves, and same position. Turn 1, exit at turn 1's been a bit of a trouble spot here tonight. Tough break there for the 05 and Nelson Reeves, who came into this race 4th in points. He's probably going to fall a little bit in the points after this one, considering that a lot of these guys who were up there in points are still running inside the top 20. But other than that, a very minor incident there for Nelson Reeves. He should be able to continue after this one.
Went through the corner, just like the first incident. Nelson Reeves thought he was clear. He wasn't. Puts himself and Nathan Stapleton into the wall. Fortunately, nobody else involved. Unfortunately, Nelson should be able to continue. Much like the first accident, not many hard hits, but there will definitely be a hit in the points for Nelson Reeves. And,
Owen Miles, though, he's taken enough hits in the points this season, coming in 39th. He's going to be a race leader on the restart here, just past halfway in the Great Wolf Lodge 400 at Kansas. Back here at the Kansas Speedway, just past halfway in the Great Wolf Lodge 400 here. The 11th race of the season here on this Friday night, April 30th. Graduated earlier today? I gotta stop saying that. It's a big deal for me, you know? I mean, I don't know what I'm doing with my life after graduation, but hey, I'm here. Still doing the same thing I've been doing since a sophomore in high school. I don't know, I'm crazy. I am crazy, I really am. We're not going into that part of the crazy here tonight, but, hey, everyone's still on the lead lap, even though we've had 2 cautions. Nelson Reeves at the back of the field, but I can't imagine, I mean, even those guys who were caught up in the first accident have been rolling pretty well. Erchel Lurvin, Alonso, Sam, and Oskin, even though they're in the back of the field, they've been able to keep pace with the field for the most part, and I'd imagine Nelson Reeves will be able to as well, but he lost a lot of ground because he got caught up in that accident. Owen Miles, Keegan Thompson, Alexander Rowe, Cameron Garlington, Logan Williams, Gatlin Downey, Jesse Turner, Brad Stover, Zachary Fitzwater, Tristan Allen. Allen was in top 10 in the points heading into Talladega, lost all of that in that race. He's trying to get back inside the top 10 in points here at Kansas. 26 laps to go here in the Great Wolf Lodge 400, and Keegan Thompson isn't going to waste any time, right to the inside of Owen Miles for the race lead.
And that was fast. Keegan Thompson, the points leader, would love to get a win. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a win this season with how consistent he's been, but it's just been how weird it's been. Meanwhile, the American Motorsports cars trying to work to the inside of Owen Miles. Garlington and Williams, they've both been pretty fast in this race. And they've got Gatlin Downey behind them, who's been making a pretty good charge up towards the front.
Yeah, Downey's been a very strong contender in this race. I don't know how well he's been doing this season. If I can see here in the points, Downey 30th. So he's not really been that strong this season. But this could be a great opportunity for him to possibly get that first win of the season. Remember, last year, he capped off the season with 2 straight wins. Won the Valvoline 400, then won the Southern 500. 2 of the biggest races of the season. Oh, but he's going to pass right there. Almost got sent around by Brad Stover. Brad Stover is feeling dangerous. This is another guy who has not won in a long time. Season 8 at Rockingham. It's been over 2 years for Brad Stover here in the Cup Series. A great opportunity for him tonight. Titan Fury has yet to win a race this season. This could be their opportunity with Stover finding finding his groove once again. Owen Miles having the check up there in that inside lane. Alexander Rose stuck behind him there. LJ Semedo climbing his way back through the field. Ryan Durrani, a couple guys we've yet to really see tonight. Jordan Lopez up here as well, the Martinsville winner. Hey, last time you called a race with me, it was Martinsville. Jordan Lopez went to victory lane. So we'll have to see what he can do as this race goes along. But they all got to get to Keegan Thompson. Logan Williams and Cameron Garlington are side by side. That's not helping their cause, and it's Brad Stover and Gatlin Downey behind them, 4th and 5th.
James gets to the inside of Garlington, and he will take second. Remember, he was second at the very beginning of the race, and Garlington is being caught by Brad Stover, and Stover's going to dive down to the inside, almost get into the side of him, almost did what he did to, I think it was Downey earlier, but Stover driving really aggressively in this race.
Oh, here comes Logan Williams now, too. Logan Williams knows that 99 is coming. That 99 of Brad Stover is really fast right now. And Logan Williams knows he has an opportunity on Keegan Thompson. How about this, though? Thompson and Williams, 1st and 3rd in points coming into this race, and they're both doing an excellent job here tonight. Here's 7th in points. Cameron Garlington's not going to let Stover get it easy. He's back to the inside of the 99 for that 3rd position. Downey and Rowe right there as well. All those guys have a good opportunity of possibly winning this race here. How about Declan Wellington Turner, first career Cup Series star, currently running in the 11th position as Jordan Lopez has found his way inside the top 10. And I think Wellington Turner's actually in the 10th position. Allen's fallen to 11th, trying to hold off Joe Rutkowski for that position. Back to the race lead, though. We never know. And that's what always happens. We go away from the race lead and they pass for the race lead. Looks like we may get a, maybe not. Logan Williams had a shot there, but could not get the run to the inside. But look at this. They're stacking up here right behind Keegan Thompson. Any of these guys could be in the race lead in the next few laps.
That's definitely possible. Here comes Brad Stover now, trying to get to the inside of Logan Williams. That car has been a rocket ship since the restart, and he might take second away from Logan here, coming into turn number 1, and now he's on the back bumper of the leader. We're going to see if Brad Stover will be able to get by the 82 of Keegan Thompson, as Gatlin Downey is passing Cameron Garlington as well. He's also working his way up. We're getting dicey up here near the front.
Gonna get crossed over by Garlington, but that's not going to work for the 34 machine, and Downey going to get the run and clear for 4th. Logan Williams still right on the back bumper of Stover. He may try to peek down to the inside here in turn 1, and he will do so. Logan Williams not wanting to let Keegan Thompson pull away with this thing. Top 2 looking for their first career Cup Series win. Stover looking for his 4th career win in this series. Actually, I think it's 4th. Downey for his 3rd. Alexander Rowe for probably his 7th. He's been in victory lane quite a few times. Garlington really got shuffled out of line. And he's fallen back now to a battle with 9th with Declan Wellington Turner. Semedo and Fitzwater both got around him. And if we get another caution, I think these guys could have an opportunity. And Thompson, there we go. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Logan Williams to the race lead as he gets around Keegan Thompson. That opens the door for Stover. That opens the door for Downey. It's going to open the door for Alexander Rowe. And just like that, Keegan Thompson's going to go from the race lead to a battle for 4th between him and Alexander Rowe. Downey now moving to the inside of Brad Stover, but Logan Williams trying to pull away in the 38.
We've seen that so many times this race. The leader will get out in front for quite a few laps, and then as soon as they get past once, they just get trained by everybody behind them. And Keegan Thompson slid all the way down to 5th. Well, might hold on to 4th, but Alexander Rowe's putting a lot of pressure on him as Gatlin Downey's getting to the back of Logan Williams. He's getting really close there, and here he comes to the inside.
Gatlin Downey to the inside for the race lead. He's going to get it here on Logan Williams, no doubt about it. That's a great place to make a pass here at Kansas, and he's going to be able to do it next time by. 14 laps to go. We have 15 to go in this race. Oh, Semedo way out of line right there. Tristan Allen going to get a position right there on him. Same with Fitzwater and Joe Rutkowski. Garlington is falling outside the top 10, but American Motorsports have all 3 of those guys inside the top 12 right now. Jordan Lopez there running in 11th. Garlington in 12th. May just had another caution, and we did. Yellow back on the racetrack, and Brock Nelson around in turn 1. Well.
Might have been involved in that.
Yeah, Brad, I don't know if he was or not, but somebody sent Brock Nelson around into the corner. Not going to be happy about that one. This should definitely put us in a position where we should be able to make it on fuel. But what this is also going to do, it's going to bunch these guys back up. And, actually, that was turn 4, excuse me, I believe, where Brock Nelson went around. Maybe. Either that or we had another car go around. I'm not entirely sure. I don't see anybody else spinning Definitely a fresh tire tracks right there, so we'll have to see how that all goes down. Gatlin Downey, the race leader. Logan Williams, Brad Stover, Keegan Thompson, Alex in a row, Declan Wellington Turner. I'm telling you, these Uncharted guys, they haven't won since Las Vegas, but I kind of had a feeling about this one because it's such a similar track to Las Vegas that one of these Uncharted guys may go to victory lane. Tristan Allen there in 7th, Zachary Fitzwater, LJ Sameto, Joe Rutkowski. Turner is really falling back, or pole sitter there, down in the 21st position. It's still anybody's race, though, here at Kansas, and the good thing is we really don't have any lap cars to get in the way. The only guy a lap down is Ben Crouch. I'm not entirely sure what happened to him to go a lap down, but everybody else on the lead lap, nobody out of the race. It's been an excellent race so far here tonight at Kansas, and we're just about to get this one finished. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Brock Nelson to bring out the 3rd caution of the night in the Great Wolf Lodge 400. Then get back to racing here at the Kansas Speedway on this Friday night. Entering turn 3, you're going to see Ryan Durrani here in the 68. He actually goes too deep into the corner. Got into, I believe that's the 53 of Thomas Troxel, and slid up in the Brock Nelson. And when you see the real time, it happens really quick. Durrani almost got sent around there, but thankfully he didn't get involved. But Brock Nelson not going to be happy with Durrani after that one, as that's going to send Nelson to the back of the field. That was all that ensued, though, thankfully. So thankfully, we still have all these guys on the racetrack, even though this is our 3rd wreck. None of these wrecks have taken anybody out, so have to see how it all goes down as this race goes along. Let's go ahead and replay it in real time.
Into turn number 3, they were 3 wide. Ronnie overcooks it, comes up. Brock Nelson, absolutely nowhere to go. As the 68 got into the 53 there. P1 slides up the track. Nobody else gets involved. Brock should be able to continue. Like you said, nobody taken out in that. Again, that's a good thing.
It is. Hey, Gatlin Downey, your race leader. Logan Williams, Brad Stover, Alex in a row up here. So many guys who have yet to win a race this season, looking for their first one of the season. For some guys, their first ever win in this series. Let's see how it all goes down. 10 laps to go on the Great Wolf Lodge 400 here from Kansas. Alrighty. We are back here at the Kansas Speedway in the Great Wolf Lodge 400 here on this Friday night, and it's going to be a good one. Going to be 10 laps to go when we restart. Really anybody's race inside this top 10. Gatlin Downey, Logan Williams, Brad Stover, Keegan Thompson, Alex in a row, Declan Wellington Turner, the Turkey Hill Hot Seat driver there. First career Cup Series start here tonight. And he is definitely doing a good job for Derek Campbell's team right there. Tristan Allen in 7th, Zachary Fitzwater, LJ Sameto, and Joe Rutkowski. That is the top 10. And all but one driver on the lead lap. That's Ben Crouch, who's a lap down. But everyone else still in this race. So, even though we've had 3 cautions, 3 accidents in this race, nobody is in the garage area. So, great to see that. They haven't been crazy wrecks like they were at Talladega, thankfully. Here we go. Going to be 10 laps to go when we restart. Pace car down the pit lane. A win in the NOF SRL Cup Series at stake here tonight at Kansas. Let's see who gets it done. A good jump there out of Gatlin Downey on Logan Williams. Going to be interesting to see who gets the advantage here. I don't know if anyone's going to peek out inside this top 10. Wellington Turner going to peek on Alexander Rowe. And that's the first battle for position right there. And he's going to go to 5th. Going to open the door for Tristan Allen and Zachary Fitzwater to make moves on the 25. Logan Williams trying to get a run down the backstretch to the inside of Gatlin Downey. Not going to do it. Downey shuts the door on him.
Blocked by Downey to keep the lead coming out of the corner. Allen to the inside of Rowe. That's for the 6th position. And they're just all trying to follow Gatlin Downey here, looking for an opportunity to pass. He's got Williams, Stover, Thompson, a lot of drivers that are pretty high up in the points. Chasing down Gatlin Downey as Williams is getting there. Here he comes to the inside in turn number 3.
Downey's going to be on that outside lane, so Williams going to get to the inside here. Going to be side by side off the corner. We'll see if Downey gets a run on the outside. Doesn't look like he will. Help there from Brad Stover. Wellington Turner may try to get to the inside of Keegan Thompson. Stover might get to the inside of Logan Williams, and he will to the inside for the race lead. Brad Stover on Logan Williams. Williams trying to get a run on the outside lane. Keep in mind, these guys have a bit of tire wear going on right now. That is definitely affecting how these guys are racing here at the Kansas Speedway. Allen's going to go way up the racetrack. He couldn't cut to the inside because Rowe was there in the 25. Now Williams trying to work that outside lane. He's going to clear Thompson, and he may get back to the inside of Stover. A great run off the corner for the American Motorsports driver. Right there to the inside for the race lead.
Williams back to the inside on Brad Stover. A lot of crossovers happening here. Thompson is in third. He's also going to try and get inside of Stover. Williams back to the lead, but I would not be surprised if Thompson made a move for the lead here in the next lap.
Yeah, he's just going to have to get the run off the corner right here. We'll have to see if he can do so. He's definitely going to have it. To the inside, Alexander Rowe rebounding. He's up to third now. Watch out for him. He's a really strong driver. Thompson is not going to make the move on Williams entering the corner. And you got Downey here. Cameron Garlington trying to move his way back through the field. Joe Rutkowski as well in the 47s up there. It may, though, be between these top three drivers. Williams, Thompson, and Alexander Rowe. Three wide. Garlington right to the inside of Downey and Stover. Now Stover's going to fall way back in the 99. So Stover's opportunity in winning this race is going to end right there. There's no way he's going to rebound from that. Garland is going to try to close in on these guys and have a shot at this one. But then again, these guys might wreck, and we're essentially at the point of no return at this point. Look at this. 3 wide. Stover continues to fall back in the 99 machine. He got stuck in that outside lane, and that's where all the marbles are in this race. Tough break for Stover. But Logan Williams holding these guys off. Alexander Rowe on the back bumper of Keegan Thompson. He's going to peek to the inside here for the second position. 4 laps to go here at Kansas.
Williams loves seeing the 25 and 82 side by side because that'll give him more of an opportunity to drive away. Rowe gets to the second position, and now Garlington, where did he come from? He is coming up into the third position, trying to get around Keegan Thompson, and Rowe is to the back bumper.
Garlington for third on Keegan Thompson. Watch out for this 34 machine. His teammate is leading. Alexander Rowe charging him. 3 to go here in the Great Wolf Lodge 400 for Logan Williams in the 38. Looking for his first career Cup Series race victory. And he's not going to take the points lead, but he's going to get a little bit closer to Keegan Thompson if he can hold off this number 25. But Alexander Rowe is coming quick for North State Racing. North State is yet to get a win this season. And as a matter of fact, not only has no driver won multiple races this season, no team has won multiple races yet, and they're running out of fuel. They didn't have enough fuel. Oh boy, this is going to really get interesting now. Alexander Rowe, Cameron Garlington down the pit lane. This is going to change everything up. It's 2 laps to go, and we got ourselves a fuel mileage race here at the Kansas Speedway. So many guys in the back of the field coming down, but there's bound to be somebody out here who's going to be able to make it to the end. Will it be Logan Williams, or will he have to come down the pit lane?
I think Logan Williams is slowing down.
He is. No, he's not. He's going to try to stretch it. White flag in the air for Logan Williams here in the Great Wolf Lodge 400. Fuel mileage drama at the end of this race. It's going to shake up the entire running order. These guys are coming off the pit lane as well. They got to be careful, but Logan Williams has cleared the field. And only unless he runs out of fuel in this final lap, that 38 is going to go to victory lane here tonight at Kansas. We thought we were going to have a battle there with Alexander Rowe. It turns out that it's not going to be the case. That 38 slowing down a little bit. Downey's trying to come, but it's not going to happen. Logan Williams, first career win. He wins the Great Wolf Lodge 400 here at Kansas. Wow.
Oh my.
First team to win multiple races this season. Just as I was about to say, no team has won multiple races yet this season. American Motorsports the first to get 2 here in season number 10. Gatlin Downey, Keegan Thompson, Owen Miles, LJ Sametto, Cody Sill, Brad Stover, Matt Dalio, and Trey Smith. I think Turner had already come down the pit lane. He was a lap down. I think. I don't know. Where is he?
He said he was on the
No,
lead
he's
lap.
7th. He finished 7th. Excuse me. He actually finished 7th ahead of Brad Stover there. My apologies. But about half the field couldn't make it. So we thought the field window was 30 laps, and the field window probably was 28 to 30 laps, and they came down with 30 laps to go, and some of them just didn't have enough to make it. Logan Williams, though, who had already taken the race lead, had enough, and he's going to get his first career NOFSRL Cup Series race victory here tonight. Didn't think that was going to happen, but it did. Logan Williams gets it done here at Kansas in the Great Wolf Lodge 400. How about that for the American Motorsports driver? And finally, we have ourselves a winner inside the top 10 in points. Great job out of Logan Williams. That's going to give him a huge boost in possibly making the chase later on in August. But nobody failed to finish this race. Take a look at the rest of the results right there. Alexander Rowe, Cameron Garlington finished 25th, 26th. There were a couple of guys who were in that battle for the race lead who couldn't make it on fuel. Still 17 guys finished on the lead lap, though, so it wasn't as crazy as some other races we have seen. But that came out of the blue right there. We didn't think that was going to be an issue, but it turned out to be an issue there. And fuel mileage race here at Kansas, but Logan Williams gets the job done.
It reminds me a lot of the Turkey Hill National race at Auto Club, where Logan's brother Andrew won, where pit strategy or fuel mileage came in right at the end and messed with the battle for the lead. But job to Logan Williams. He had a fast car all day, and the first team, American Motorsports, to win multiple races on the season.
Absolutely. You mentioned Andrew Williams. He did win the Turkey Hill National Series race at Auto Club on fuel mileage, just like Logan. Well, Logan, see, interestingly enough, Logan really didn't actually win this on fuel mileage, though, because he was already ahead. He was the race leader when all that started, but it just turned out to it made it easier for him to get the race win there at the end. What a race here at Kansas. A great one here on this Friday night. Only race of the weekend here in AG Racing, but next weekend we had the Darlington, South Carolina Education Lottery 400. Going to bring back the 400-miler this season for 2 races at Darlington. That's going to be a fun race. Darlington, one of my favorite places to go to in the season. That's going to be the halfway point of the regular season as well. And we're really going to start to see and get an idea of who's going to be good here, who's going to have a shot at making it into the chase later on in the year. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to Brandon Wilmington for calling this race with me. This was a great one. Like I said, I graduated today. I know I keep on mentioning that, but there's so much going on behind the scenes of all this right now. This is such a minor part of my life at this point. But hey, I'm still blessed to be able to do this with you guys, and very looking forward to finishing out the season here for season number 10. You guys are part of the journey as well, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Logan Williams for winning here at Kansas. And here are the point standings after 11 races in season 10 of the NOFSRL Cup Series. On behalf of Brendan Wilmington once again, I will see you guys later.